Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic, and what can I say? We did it. Yesterday we reached 700,000 subscribers, and I can't believe I'm sitting here saying this to you. What I'm going to do is read a few names. Oh, by the way, we're streaming now. So we are streaming today, and you can come back and watch this later and join us in the stream now, 10 to 12 our time. Anyway, what I'm going to do is read a few names from people who emailed us or left comments on the videos to say congratulations. I'm not always going to do this, but it was lovely to see so many people write in, including Stan Gerritz, John Hansen, ACCK, Lorna M, Flausboat, David Ratner, Martin Finden, Avi Pathak, Adi PY, Giuseppe Cotrone, Lee L, Itrio, who compiled yesterday's puzzle that Simon did, Babistop, Arda Lamdian, Darcy, Charles Rain, Garrett Smith, Passion Popsicle, Bobby, Jade Graces, Lady Angelou, Ratfinks, Dramatica, Greg Johnson, Prosent Himmel, LMAO Hee, Mostly Intentional Steve, Nick A, Smarter Every Day, Finley, Miffy Maddock Jones, Emily Williams, Brian's Kite Flying, Arcesitor, Daniel Hansen, all wrote in some form and congratulated us. And I'm sure they're not the only ones. It's not an exhaustive list. That's just the ones that came to my attention. And thank you so much. I mean, I'm sure there are over 699,900 other people who would congratulate us because they're also subscribed to Cracking the Cryptic. It's fantastic. I mean, those numbers are mind-boggling. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you also to Wombat Breath, who has commemorated past milestones that we have reached with puzzles and has outdone themselves with this one. Look at the screen. Look at this 700k subs written in the grid, and apparently it's a Sudoku puzzle that I can attempt today. We are very proud of reaching this milestone. We couldn't have got a single subscriber without you guys. In fact, I bet you we're not ourselves subscribed to our own channel. So literally every one of the 700,000 is someone out there watching these videos and saying, yes, I would like to subscribe to that. Let me see more. I mean, that's fantastic. And what it has done for Variant Sudoku in the time we've been around, and even for Cryptic Crosswords, which was, of course, the original intent of the channel 8 or 9 years ago. It's so thrilling. It makes your heart skip if you're me. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody who said well done. Thank you very much to everybody, especially who subscribed. Thank you to those of you who keep following religiously every day, and those of you who dip in occasionally now and then. Every single one of you is close to our hearts, and we thank you. Now, I'm quickly going to mention streaming now. We are still streaming from the Blueprints house, even though I think Simon's in another location for the moment, but you'll see that possibly. But streaming, yes. We will also, of course, be doing Cryptic Masterclasses every Friday, as we always do. Join us for those. We will also be giving you extra stuff on Patreon, and this month it's the Detective Pet Sudoku Hunt by Sandra Nala and Panthera, as well as Gridogram and Connections videos. There's a bit of Schadenfreude for you. If you watch the Connections, you'll enjoy that. There's also our apps, which do feature Line Sudoku and Classic Sudoku and the Worms, and are great fun. We've got also some merch, which you could try. I thought I provided myself with a mug to drink from today, but I haven't. I hope I don't have to go and get that. If this is a long puzzle, I may need a hydration break to borrow from the World Cup at the moment. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is go through this puzzle, which gives me a chance to resurrect one of my favorite thumbnails as well. CTC 700k subs by Wombat Breath, and the rules are as follows. The digits 1 to 9 must be placed in the grid and may not repeat in any row, column, or marked region, or within a cage. I see, and CTC is written in the cages as well. I hadn't even noticed that because I'm a numpty, but it is. Look, CTC. I'll colour them for you. Yellow, blue, red. It's a backwards red C, but that is CTC. And that is charming. Right, where did we get to? Digits on a purple line must form a non-repeating consecutive set of digits in any order. A white dot between cells shows they contain consecutive digits, and a black dot indicates that one digit is double the other. All black dots on lines are shown on lines. So those two numbers cannot have one to be double the other, but those two can because they're not connected by a line. The K cell may not contain a prime factor of 700,000, and Wombat Breath has very kindly supplied those prime factors, which are 2, 5, and 7, which is a fascinating use for the K. I wonder if there's a mathematical basis for that. Probably it's just expedient. Right, do give this a try. I have no idea about the difficulty. I've been saving it up for 3 weeks since Wombat Breath sent it in for this occasion, and it's time. Let's get cracking. So, I don't know where we start. This S line. That is a 9-cell line. I think these O's, because of the symmetry, are 8. What about I'll just quickly have a look. That's an 8-cell line. And these must be shorter. These are 6-cell lines in the UBs. But this one is a 9-cell line, so it uses all the Sudoku digits. And we've got a run of 3 consecutives there, and also a pair, a black dot pair. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to do some geometry stuff. I don't know which the right way to attack this puzzle is, so let's just take it as it goes. I'm going to colour that cell red. Red's quite deep, light blue. And ask where it goes in this row. It doesn't go in the same region, and it doesn't go in the same column, so it goes here. Then this cell will make that orange. Where does that go in row 8? Again, not in the same region. Now it must be there. And that was all I'd spotted there. So those are black dot digits. I was going to say it might be useful to have most of a renban in one region. And look, there is a present for me. Most of this renban is in one region, 7 of its cells. So those, I don't know. Yeah, okay, in this 9-cell region, 1 and 9 can't both be on the renban because it's an 8-cell renban. So one of 1 or 9 must be in one of these 2 cells. The other one in these 2 cells, I don't know. I suppose it's going to be that digit. Yes, you could just very simply ask, where does this digit go in this region? Because it can't go on its own line again. So that does go in one of those 2 cells. That's quite hard to pencil mark. So these 2 are that cell and a digit that is 1 or 9. I mean, that's crazy. I could compare cells in, oh, well, maybe cells in this first C. Those 2 must be the same as those 2, because if you deduct those 7 digits from the set of 1 to 9, you're left with those 2 in one case and those 2 in the other. So maybe I could fake a black dot. How am I going to do that? Put a little black X maybe there to act as a dot between those 2 cells, because they are the same 2 digits as there. Should I be using the negative constraint? It's difficult to know how. It really is, actually. It's difficult to know how to start at all, if I'm honest. I've just been looking around and assuming I would get it. Okay, here's another fake dot. Those 2 cells in this region must be here and here. So there's a sort of white dot between those 2. And I'm going to represent that with a little light grey X there. That's my spurious white dot. Okay, I'm also going to compare these two shapes with the bottom two regions in a law of leftovers move. And the one sticking out of the bottom two rows is that. The one left out of the bottom two rows is that. So they must be the same digit. So that is orange. Now, on a black dot, orange can go with light blue. So maybe, but this can't be light blue because light blue is already on its line. So we're going to call that violet. And now we know that there is a continuing sequence between violet, orange, and light blue. They're all two apart. Orange is in the middle of that and must be 2 or 4. This is like finding a sequence of two black dots together with digits that have to be different. And they must then go either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8 with 2 or 4 in the middle. So that's what we've got. We've got orange as 2 or 4. Now, these other digits that we've coloured are in the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. This digit, well, this can't be a 1 in violet because that would need that to be a 2. And because of the fake white dot, this would also be a 2 and they'd be in the same row. Actually, oh no, that only applies to 1. I was going to say it stops it being 8 as well, and that's just nonsense. Right, where do we... Violet is one of these two, isn't it? Because you can ask where it goes in row 6, and this digit is the other one. Maybe I'll give that a colour, grey, and put that in one of these two as well. Do I know that grey is different from light blue? Yes, because they're both on this S line. I do, so that's all right. I've got 4 different coloured cells, all from the S line going on. And interesting. Now, if that was 4, 8, I was gonna, we'd know that this was 5, 6, 7 or 1, 2, 3, which is not quite very powerful. Okay, I'm really making quite slow grinding progress at the moment. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know how to solve the puzzles, so let's just keep doing what I'm doing. The concentration of black dots at the bottom makes me want to hang on down here and keep trying to... Okay, this line. This has got all 3 of those digits on. Can they be 2, 4, and 8? And the answer is no, so that's great. So remember that we found that violet, orange, and light blue form a 3-cell sequence of black dots. They're also all on this 6-cell renban S shape. If they were 2, 4, and 8, these other digits would have to fill in the gaps and include all of 3, 5, 6, and 7. That's too many. So what we have in orange, violet, and light blue is 1, 2, and 4. And we know which one is 1 because it's ruled out of those two. It's the light blue. And therefore, orange is 2 and violet is 4. And these two digits, well, 4 is one of these digits. So this sequence is 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6. I don't see how it can be anything else. Can that be 5? Yes, it can, definitely. Okay, but this S is now containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's very clear. This digit sees the grey. That is 3 or 5. And therefore, grey is one of these cells because they are 3, 5, and 6. Do I know which one? No. I do know that neither of these cells are 1 or 2. So this is either a 3, 6 pair or a 4, 8 pair. Yeah, okay, I'm remembering now the negative constraint rule. This couldn't be a 3, 6 pair because they would have to have a black dot between them because they're connected by a line. So one of those digits is a 5. And that's now not a 5 on the same renban. I mean, I suppose by the same... Oh, this couldn't have been a 4 anyway. Now, what do we know about those being 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6? Nothing really. These digits are selected from 3, 4 and 5. If the 4 is there, that's 3 or 5. If the 4 is there, this is 2 or 6. It can't be 2. Okay, so this digit can't actually be 3 because we've had a 2 on this line already. So this one, I think, is 3, 4, 5 or 6. I'm not going to go further than that at the moment. Wow. Okay, so what next? At least we've got a conclusion and a start. And orange can't be in those cells because it's been in this cage. No, but yes, because it's been in this reversed C cage. Oh, where does 4 go in the reversed C cage? That might be interesting. It can't go here because that's in the same region as 4. It can't go here because that's the same column. It can't, oh, it could go here because that's just not allowed to be 2, 5 or 7. Oh, bother. And then those two are also possible. Oh, right. Let's have a think about this renban. I think the renbans are very valuable, and I haven't been thinking enough about them. It is time to make amends for that. So these cells, if that was a 4-8 pair, this B would contain 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one other digit. We've had 3 2s in these rows. That means that neither the U nor the B can contain a 2. So each of those is either 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Goodness, that's going to use up a pair of 4s. Well, in fact, this used up 3, 4, 5, 6. So this used up 4, 5, 6. Each of these is going to use up a 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. So there can't be any more 4, 5s or 6s to put on this line, which needs all the digits. So 4, 5 and 6 must go up here. That's 5. That's 4. How do I know that's not 6? Because it's the same as this. And how do I know that's not 6? Because it's touching a 4. That's how. That's all right. Okay, 4, 5, 6 done there. And I can colour those properly now. Right, now, the other digits then on this are 3, 7, 8, 9. And we've definitely used a 3 over there. Okay, now, let's try and use this information. Okay, these two renbans, that is the plural of renban, I think, are either 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They don't use 1 or 2. We've got another 1 to find in the bottom 3 rows, and I've found it. It's there. It's the only place it can be, given these ones we've kind of written in. So now, this line is made up of digits from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this black dot has to be 2 of those. We have to be either looking at 3, 6 or 4, 8 again, a bit like this one. We've got a 4 looking at that cell. Oh, goodness, I've nearly got a 3, 6, 4, 8 quad in this row. What is this digit going to be that's not on the renbans in these bottom 3? That rather depends whether these use 9s. There was a 9 in use there. There might be a 9. Could there really be a 9 in use in both of these? Could they be 4, 5, 6, 7? They're both using 4s. And so's this one. And there's a third. Oh no, that's all 3 4s. I was going to stick a 4 here. That's just wrong. Yeah, this digit is going to be whatever is not used up in the rest of the row. I think it's going to be a 3 or a 9, isn't it? Because we've had, okay, for these remaining renbans that aren't this one or those two cells, 3 and 9 are extreme digits. And you can only put one of them on that renban and one of them on that renban. There's a 3 in that one already. And there's each in that one. So 2 3s and 1 9 have been used up. And these two can use up one of each. That is going to leave this, the last 3 or 9, being here. And that's almost helpful, but we haven't quite formed a triple or a quad or a quint in this row. I do know that one of these two digits is 5, and I barely want to know that at all. Oh, that grey we learnt was 5, didn't we? That's Sudoku. Right, so we found 1 5 there. Ah, so we know that that is the 5 in row 8. Okay, that's good. That's good. What is this, though? I don't know. That could still be 3 6 or 4 8. So could that. They can't be from the same family. Oh no, I was going to say there'd be a black dot there, but it wouldn't be along a line. So that's a bogus conclusion. No, I was going to say one of these two cells is a 9. That's also nonsensical. This black dot sees a 1 2 4 triple in the row. So it can't be from the 1 2 4 8 family. It's a 3 6 pair. That's in the same cage as this one. So that's from 1 2 4 8. And there's a black dot here that is a little inapproachable at the moment. Right, we're doing okay. We just need to up our game a little. This backwards C, those 3 sticking out. No, yeah, there's... No, those 4 digits are these 4. Because this region shares 5 digits with this shape. And these are the other 4 in both cases. It's not actually very useful, that. The 3 6 pair there eliminates a 3 here. If that was a 3, this would have to be a 3. I feel like I'm not really getting to grips with the negative constraint about black dots on lines. I think I am just missing the point of that quite badly. But I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to make myself understand something more about it just off the cuff. Okay, these digits are from 5, 7, 8, 9 in the column. So, if that was a 4, 8 pair, these would be 5, 7, 9. That would be a 1, 2 pair with 1 here and 2 here. Oh yes, we've also got the issue that that black dot pair turned up here. So again, we're selecting from 1, 2, 4, 8 for those because they're the same as these. Doesn't really do anything, does it? Right. I want to say that both of these lines contain both of the digits 3, 6 and the digits 4, 8, but I don't know that and I can't claim it. They might not. They only do that if they both have 3s on. In fact, they don't both have 3s on because there's a 3 in use over here and a 3 in use over here, definitely. There might even be a third one here. These could both have 9s on, and in that case, both black dots would be 4, 8 pairs because 3 wouldn't be on these renbans. Let's just give that some thought for a second. doesn't really yield anything to me. No, I don't get what that does. So, sorry, I'm getting a bit bogged down, a little bit stuck. Got to think of something new. There's one black dot I haven't gone anywhere near up here, but I don't know what to do with it. That's mainly why. I know I need a 1 somewhere in this column, but these 4 digits are part of this 9-cell cage, but they're not these 5. So they're the same as these 4 digits. No, there and there. So that doesn't look like it's any use at all to me. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Goodness me. Okay, I really don't know what to do at the moment. There is a 6 in these cells. 1, 2, 5. Maybe this renban? It can't have both 9. It's an 8-cell renban, so it doesn't have both 9 and 1 on it. But it does have all the other digits, including a 2. And the 2 can't be in any of those cells. And we've penciled, yes, it can't be in any of those. So there is a 2 in one of those 2. That also means there isn't a 4 in them or a 1, because there would be a black dot joining them. So that digit is not a 4. Now that is 2 or 8, and this is definitely therefore 1 or 4 on the black dot. That's quite interesting. There's also a 5 on this renban somewhere. It now looks like it has to be there or there. Grey 5, where is it that you think you're going to be? There's got to be a 6 on the line, and that has to be on one of these 3 cells. Again by... Oh, no, it doesn't. It could be in that cell itself. So, yeah, be careful. I'm talking to myself. You're already being careful. I know that. Wow. I mean, this K thing, that's barely helpful at all. I was told it couldn't be 2, 5, or 7. I already know from the cage that it can't be 2 or 5. So that's not a huge bit of information in some ways. Maybe it's going to matter at some point that it's not 7. But I could have deduced from the puzzle itself that it couldn't be 2 or 5. Oh, bother. Right, let's have another think about what goes on this renban. We do need a 4. We've worked out that can't be here. So 4 is definitely in one of these cells. And the other digit from 3 or 6 that isn't here, it could be there. 3 could go there. Wow. Sorry, I'm not getting very close to this. I really don't know where to attack it now. But on the other hand, didn't know where to attack it at the beginning, and I did get something going. So let's just plug away until we spot something. It's not at all obvious to me how we're going to do this, but I haven't really done vertical divisions for the law of leftovers. Maybe, yeah, these 4 digits are not those 5 in the region, and they're not, and those 4 are the same. So these 4 are the same as these 4, and they must be 1, 2, 4, and something from 7, 8, 9. The 2 can't be here or here because we've got a 2 marked in one of those cells. So the 2 is on this X, which is either 1, 2 or 2, 4. These digits contain the other digit from 1, 2, 4 and one of the digits from 7, 8, 9. That's not... Well, no, it's not that powerful. This digit in this column can't be 1 or 2. So if it's from 1, 2, 4, it's 4. Otherwise, it's the 7, 8, or 9. This one can't be 2, but I think it could be 1. Oh, bother. So there is a 2 in one of those cells because they're either 1, 2 or 2, 4. We've had 2 in this region, so these 2 cells on this 8-cell renban can't include a 2. I suppose it could be there. Yeah, okay, but this is a line roughly worth pursuing. We were going to still need a 6. Oh, we need a 6 in column 2. So it's in one of those 3 cells. And do you know what? They all see that cell. This one in the row and these 2 on the line. So the 6 in column 2, which is in one of those cells, stops this being a 6, which is a weird finding. Now, that's 3 and 6. The 3 in this region is now going to have to be in one of these cells. And that keeps it out of these and puts it on the line over here in one of those 4 cells. That's not. The 6 in this region can't be there or there. But that does leave 3 places, none of which are ruled out, I don't think. That was a very interesting find about breaking up that 3-6 pair, but it hasn't solved the rest of the puzzle. 4, 5, 6. We need a 1 in this region. No. Let's go back up the top. That's where I'm making progress. That's where I'm comfortable. None of these can be 3. So there is a 3 in this region in one of those. The other 3 in rows 3 and 4 is in this region. And I omit those 2 cells because they've now had a 3 on. In fact, 3 in this column now has to be in one of those 2 cells. And they both see this one. So I'm taking 3 out of there. Again, it feels weird. That feels like not a proper deduction, but it is. If I knew that wasn't a 4-8 pair, then I would have the second digit from 3-6 in there, and that would become a 9. And that would be useful, I think, and interesting. But at the moment, it's not quite either of those things. Right, getting a bit bogged down again. Can't help it. I hope that delivery man is not for this door. We'll hear that in a moment if he is. 3, 6, 4, 8. I mean, oh, should I be going where does 7 and 9 go in this row? I probably should, because one of them can go there. Does the other have to go here? No, that digit can be 9. No, that is not an appropriate question. Or how about if that was 1? Then this shape wouldn't have a 9 on it at all. 1 precludes a 9 on an 8-cell shape. So that digit would be 2. No, I don't know. I don't know where that leaves me. Oh, Mark, think of something good. It's tricky, though. It's tricky. There are deductions like that weird 6 deduction to be made, but 6 also is in this T cage, which is 9 cells big. And it's not in those cells, so it must be in one of these. And that means for the column, this digit can't be 6. And that means this can't be 3 on the black dot. And again, it's quite interesting. It removes 1 pencil mark. 6 is now in one of those 3 cells. I can omit row 6 as one. All of these 8-digit renbans have to have all of the digits from 2 to 8 on them, but spread amongst 5 rows, that doesn't seem quite so powerful as it did down at the bottom of the grid. It really doesn't. So I don't know what to do about that. Where's 2 not able to be? Because we've got a bit of limitation there. Here because of the 2 in the top 2 cells, there because of the 2 on my X. So one of these cells in this region is a 2. Now it's either on there with a black dot partner, or it's in here without a black dot partner. But it doesn't have to be in the T region. I'm probably not using the cages enough. I feel like they're an area I'm not really exploiting. So let's have a look at this one, which I haven't made a lot of use of. Down here we've got either 5-3 or 5-6 in this cage. And these 4 digits are the same as these 4. We've worked that out. No, that's not telling me anything. Right. Goodness. The negative constraint on lines says that that can't be an 8. 4 and 8 can't go next to each other. Let's try and use this negative constraint a tiny bit more. I mean, I've speculated about it on this line, but does it mean this digit can't be 9? Because these, no, it doesn't. In fact, if that was a 7, yeah, that's quite interesting. One of these is 7 or 9, or I suppose maybe both. That is quite interesting. Ah, this can't be 3. Oh, no, I was going to say because this needs a 3 on it. It's already got it. Oh, bother. Oh, but this column needs a 3. And oh, yes, we've worked that out. It's in one of these 2 cells. I just didn't pencil mark it because I don't really know. I don't want a pencil mark across boxes because then that doesn't mean as much to me. So this line needs a 3 in one of those positions. The only way that this is a 3 is if these black dots are both 4-8 pairs, because neither of these lines would have a 3 on. If that's a 3, that's a 3. And then these don't have 3s on. So if that's a 3, this is a 4-8 pair, and that's a 6. Ah. No. No, yes, something has gone wrong. If that's a 3, the 3 on this line has to be here. And the 3 on this line has to be here, and that's no good. So that's not a 3. I mean, it's not that hard when you think of the question, but it's quite hard up until then. Right, those digits can't be 9s. That can't even be a 9. This thing, this 7, can only have a 9 on, oh, in one of those 2 positions. I wanted to say only one position. Can't do that. Now, we've had a 9 there. Now we know that one of these 2 lines does have a 3 on. That doesn't quite mean that that 3 has to be on the black dot here, does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't even mean it has to be here, because that could be a 3. Okay. Tiny bit of progress then. Tiny bit of progress, but still something. I have a feeling one of those digits is a 1, but I'm not allowed to speculate about that. Well, I'm not allowed to just guess at it. I'm certainly allowed to speculate about it. This 3 or 4 digit can't be in those cells of the T, so it must be in one of these. Wow, I don't know. What did I decide? Somehow I decided that wasn't a 3 earlier. I don't know quite how I came to that conclusion. I was very confident earlier that 3 was in one. Oh, because this region needs a 3. So it's in one of those cells. Okay, so it is fair that that's not a 3. Now, there's a 3 in one of those cells. There's also a 4 in one of these cells, because there has to be a 4 on this line. Anything else that's difficult to place along the cell? Not really. Okay, here's another thought. These 4 digits have to be the same as these 4 because of what's not these 5. So these 4 are the same as these 4. It's doing nothing. I did a remark earlier that one of these 3 digits was a 6, and I noted that, but I couldn't really use it. 6 on these subs letters. There's 1 in one of those cells. There's 1 in one of these 3. And that almost means there's definitely 1 here somewhere. This can't be a 4-8 pair because there would be a black dot. I mean, it's also true it can't be a 3-6 pair, but that was ruled out by row 8, column 8 already. Why would this being a 4-8 pair matter? I don't know. 1, 2, 9, 5, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling with how to get another proper step out of this. If 4 was on this X, that would be because that digit was a 4 as well. The 4 in column 3 would then be in one of those 2 cells. The 4 on this U would be in one of those 2. There'd be another 4 in the bottom 2 rows. Nearly. Can I rule this digit out from being a 4? Then I get a slightly interesting conclusion of putting a 4 in one of these. So if this was a 4, that couldn't be 4 or 8 because of the black dot rule. So this would be a 3-6 pair. And then we'd have a 3-6 pair here. We'd now have 4s in both of those positions. They would be the 4s in the bottom 2 rows. That would fail for a very interesting reason. Right, I'll go through the numbers. If that was a 4, This would be a 3-6 pair because this digit couldn't be 4 or 8 for the black dot rule. So that would be a 3-6 pair. And that would be a 4. And now this digit would be an 8. And my question then is about where 8 goes on this line. It is definitely on that line, and it can't go here next to an 8, and it can't go here on a line with a 4. And therefore this digit down here is not a 4, and none of these are 4s, and there is a 4 in the C, the backwards C region, in one of those cells, and now none of these can be 4. And that was what I was going for. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it is a truth. And we like truths. Does it mean that does it mean this also can't be a 4 for the same sort of reason? I think it probably does. That becomes 3 or 6. Actually, this becomes impossible if this is a 4. So neither of these cells can be a 4. And now one of these two on this B shape has to be. And therefore, that is a 4-8 pair. And that feels like a big deal. But is it? Maybe it's not a big deal. Other digits that must be on this shape are 6 and 7. Oh, maybe it's not that big a deal. It felt like it was important. It really did. I think I've gone and frustrated myself quite badly again here. If this was a 6, that would be 8, this would be 4, this would be 8, and that's fine. They're not sharing a line. And that would be 7. This would have to be 9-3 then. That's quite interesting. 9-3-1, 5-4-2. I can't get that to work as a deduction. Could I say that this digit couldn't be 6? That's what I'd like to say. Maybe. No, I don't know. I thought it was going to be so good. Okay, 4-8 is looking at this black dot at least. So this black dot is either a 1-2 pair or a 6-3 pair in a specific order because of this 3-6 pair. Now, that digit has to be somewhere in this column, not in the same cage. This digit, that's, oh, I know exactly where it goes in this column. That's peculiar. Right, this digit, let's give it a color, yellow. Where does it go in this column? It doesn't go there on the same line or there in the same row. Oh, hang on, I've got it wrong. It's not in the cage, is it? Oh, bother. Still, let's keep going. Those two are in the same region as yellow. That's on the same line as yellow. So yellow must go in one of these cells. I've left out one of them on the grounds that it's not got the same pencil mark candidates. So yellow will go in one of these two. I thought I was looking at this cell, let's call it green. And because that does have to be in one of these 4 in the column, and I could rule out the top one on the same line. I thought I was onto something, but I'm really not. No. Okay, what did I work out earlier about these two? I said one of them was that digit, and one of them was 1 or 9, and they're also in this group of 4 in this region. One of them is from 1 or 9. And one of them is whatever this digit is. That is not useful. Four has to appear on this line somewhere. We've got this 4-8 pair stopping it being in any of those cells. We've got a 4 in one of those cells stopping it being here. So 4 on this line is in one of those 4 cells. Four's also got to be in this T shape, and it can't be there or there. So it's in one of these cells. There is a 4. Again, it doesn't feel very conclusive. Oh, this is interesting. If that was a 1-2 pair, on this same line, this digit would have to be a 4. Okay, I haven't seen that before. If that was a 1-2 pair in yellow and green. And those, would that 1 and 2 have to come down to these? Ooh, right. If the yellow and green is a 1-2 pair, this digit can't be either of them because it sees 1 and 2. Where will yellow and green go in column 5 if they're 1 and 2? Not on the same line, not in that column, not in those cells which are pencil marked differently. Maybe one of them could go here, I suppose. And the other one couldn't go in the same region. If that was 1 and 2, the other one would have to go here and would have to be green. Well, that's really quite interesting. If green yellow were 1 and 2, we would have found them in column 5. And this digit would be 1 or 2, so this couldn't be a 1, 2 in the same cage. And that at least would be a 4 then. In the same region was what I meant when I said same cage a moment ago. Oh, hang on. That is a 5, 7, 8, 9 quad in the cage, in the first C cage. So this digit has to be a 2. I mean, well, it's probably not going to do anything, but it's interesting. Now, the 2 on this O is in one of those cells. That's not enough. And it didn't determine whether this was 1 or 4. It was interesting, though. But it's not enough. That was a 5, 7, 8, 9 quad, though. This digit must be 1 in the same cage. I mean, I am right. Yes, I am right. And then this is a 4, so we did determine what that was. It wasn't quite what we needed, but if that's this can't be a 1 anymore. No, this can't be a 1, because this green would be a 2 and would be going there in column 5 so that yellow could go here and it would be in the same cage. So yellow's not a 1. Yellow is 2 or 6. And it doesn't go there or there. And it doesn't go in the same region. It doesn't go on the same line. Yellow is 2 or 6. And it either goes as a 2 here or as a 6 in one of these cells. Fascinating, fascinating. We're making some progress, but not enough, not enough. Oh, goodness, squeezing out the drops of progress here, bit by bit. We've got that 5, 7, 8, 9 quad. In this column, 5 and 8 are in those cells, so this can't be 8. This is 7 or 9. That's almost a triple in the column, but it's not. This 7 shape has now got 1, 2, 3, 4 on it. It can't have a 9. It has got 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one can't be 6. That one can't be 6, and the 6 is found. This digit is not 3 in the column because of this, and in the column which needs a 3. We have found it. Now, what does that do? That doesn't do much down here. 5 there is ruling out 5 from those cells. They are a 7-8 pair. 5 is in one of these 2 cells. They all see those, so they can't contain a 5, and the 5 in this region must be in one of those 3. And I can mark that because it's in the same region, and I can therefore understand what I'm marking. Now we've had 6 in this region that yellow is in, so yellow has become a 2. And that's very interesting because now the 3-6 cage possibility is expunged. Yellow-green is, well, this can't be a 3. Why have I got 3 written in there? Because it was 3-6 at one point. That's 2-1. We've got the 4-8 down here. And now we can say where yellow and green go in column 5, and yellow must be here, and green must be here. And that is quite good progress too. Now, something else I was trying to remember is that these 4 digits go in these 4 cells. Not that helpful at the moment, if I'm honest. Maybe that these 4 digits go in these 4 cells. One of them is a 2. Oh, which I should be now turning orange because that was my earlier 2 colour. And therefore we've found it in row 3. There it is. Come on, let's keep going with 2s. This region, yeah, I could colour that one. I've got 7 of them. I need 2s in these 2 rows. There's 1 there, and there's 1 in this. This region needs a 2. There it is, and this is a 2. And that's all my 2s done. This is, I don't know, it's still 1 or 4. Oh, it's the same as that black dot pair. That's what it is, so it's 4. Oh, I was going to colour 4s violet. Let's keep going with that because we've got 4 of them now. There's 1 in one of these cells. And there's 1 on this, yeah, there's 1 on this U. And that has to be in one of these 2 cells. So there's a 4 there and a 4 here. I'm going to give that a little bit of violet hatching. Now we need a 4 in this column that is going to have to be here. Then we need a 4 in this row that is also going to fulfill the 4 on this region-y thing. And there's going to be a 4 in one of those 2 cells. So there's the hatching 4 in the corners, and that's not a 4. Okay. Probably can't do any more with that at the moment, unless thinking about the negative constraint, but none of these 4s are trying next to be 2 on the line. Trying next to be 2 on the line. This is next to a 4, so it can't be an 8 on its line. Now 8 is definitely in one of these 2 cells. This still needs a 5, 7, 8 triple. This digit sees both of those. So it's the 3rd digit in a 5, 7, 8 triple, and it's the same as that on the renban. Those 3 are one version of the triple because they're all on the renban. These 3 are a triple as well, so that is the same as that. And the only pencil marking option is a 7 in both cases. So we get 8, 5, 9 down here. 5, 8 there. This is now a 9 on in the region and the cage. That's not a 9. We've got another 7, 8 pair. This digit is 3. 8, 4, 6, 3 in this region and 1, 2. These are a 5, 7, 9 triple. This line can't have a 9 on it because it's got a 1 on it. So one of those 2 is a 9. This region has had 4, 2, 7, 5, 1. That's not a 5. We need 3, 6, 8, 9. And again, the 9 can't be on that O. So the 9's in one of those 2 cells. Now that forces 9 out of these and definitely puts 9 on this renban, which now can't have a 1 on. That means these digits are not 1s, and 1 in this column is either there or there, which is almost very useful. That 5 is looking at this digit, which is 7, so that makes this a 5-9 pair. Now this T shape has got 4, 7, 5, 9, 1, 2. The remaining digits on it are 3, 6, 8, including that one, this one, and this one, which can't be 8. So one of those two is an 8. In this column, that digit is now 3 or 6, and that is going to stop because it sees 4, 7, and one of those was an 8 in the T. So that stops this being a 6, 3 black dot and makes it a definite 8, 4 black dot. And now I can finish off my colouring of 4s down here. And in the column, that's not 8. It's part of a 3, 6 pair, and we need a 7 in the column. Now this U has got 8, 4, 7, 5 on it. It needs a 6. In fact, this region needs a 6 and a 7, and we've got a 7 saying which way round they go. So this is the extreme digit, 3 or 9 on that U. Here we have a 6 in one of the cells and the other extreme digit in the other. That has to be 3 or 6 in the row. So this is 7 in the row. That's 8. This, I don't know, still 3, 6 or 9. I'm sure there's a way I should know, but I don't. Well, that can't be a 3, 6 pair because there would be a black dot. So this digit must be a 9. That's the way to know. So this is 3. These are a 5, 6 pair. On this renban, that's a 3, and this is now a 6. And now the U renban works and the B renban works. And that 6 looks up at this digit, which is 3 in its cage. That makes this a 6. And in its column, that makes this a 3. Now, in this region, we need 6. That has to be here. And a 9, 8 pair. We were keeping 9 off the renban, which has now got 8, 7, 4, 6, 3, 2, 1, and needs a 5. And that sorts out 9, 5 and 8, 5. And in this row, we've got 1, 7 to go. I think I'm going to remove all colouring. I think it's done its job now. This is a 3, 9 pair. We can just do that by Sudoku. This group of cells is 4, 7, 8. I am going to suddenly remember or reread the rule about the K cell, because it's actually going to matter in a moment. Let's just prove, in fact, that it's a point of disambiguation, as I'm sure it will be. Right, so in this row we've got 4, 6, 9. That one's a naked 4. And that's going to, well, that's sorted out the K cell, so it's not a disambiguation point. Not sure why that info was provided. 7 is on this renban, so that sorts out this 8, 7 deadly pattern. This digit is a 9. This renban has got 4, 3, 2, 8, 7, 9. It needs 5 and 6. And that is going to give us the last few digits. There we go. Well, there had to be a reason for K to be in the puzzle, I suppose. And it might have been useful if we'd been looking for it, if I'd approached things in a different way. That's a 6. And there we go. 700,000 subs. The time of just under an hour. A great fun puzzle. Thank you, Wombat Breath, for another fantastic contribution. And thank you again if you've subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. If you haven't, feel free. See you soon. Bye for now.